First off, the film is about and called Extraordinary Rendition, which is a campaign or a process that primarily the Americans have been using to, in the current war on terror, as they describe it, illegally extraditing terror suspects to third-party countries that are less bound by the Geneva Convention, so torture has become an issue of debate in global politics again through this process. We came across the idea through a growing momentum of stories in the UK media particularly, but across the world as well. And for me personally and for my producer, we felt that there was a really strong human drama that we could tell to contribute to the debate of Extraordinary Rendition as it is at the moment.
I was approached by Jim and Andy just after finishing United '93, and I was very much interested in the project because I really wanted to explore coming from the other side, you know, the repercussions of 9/11 and for once playing an innocent man other than a terrorist.
أخويا أخويا أنا في أي بلد أخويا Who's in charge here? I want to speak someone in charge!
There is a certain amount of written archival evidence for what's going on with this process, Extraordinary Rendition. On top of that, in the lead up to and during the production, Andy Noble, our producer, was able to work with Amnesty International to generate as broad a canvas in terms of our understanding of what goes on with Extraordinary Rendition as possible. On top of that, as we started to build to the final sections of the film, really we were beginning to look at how best to construct an individual returning to a shattered life. It was we were fortunate enough to be able to then speak to one of the individuals that has been innocently caught up in Extraordinary Rendition, the Canadian Maher Arar, and it was particularly helpful for Omar to be able to spend a little time with him on the telephone as we were arriving at the scenes that he would be best able to help us describe, and I think Omar took a lot out of that in terms of you know, the emotional responses that we were generating around the material that we'd set up beforehand.
For me, the most challenging you know, part of making this film was how my character dealt with after being tortured, and how he sort of related to his family and how his everyday life, you know, became. And I was very lucky enough to talk to Maher Arar, who shared with me the insights and really led me into the conclusions me and Jim drew after what will happen after one is tortured.
Like a Munir, he is an animal, are you not? Not like us, educated men. The only difference between us is how we have chosen to use our intelligence. You are a political insurgent. You are part of an international community dedicated to building a United Nation of Islam, and you fund personally individuals and groups using violence to achieve these aims.
I'm not a terrorist.